हमारी अगली वक्ता है Mrs. Resi Shukla. She is a therapeutic counselor and a passionate mountaineer. She is also a TEDx speaker and, of course, a dreamer like most of us. She believes when you have a dream, you have got to grab it and never let it go. तो ज़्यादा कुछ कहे बिना आइए सुनते हैं इनकी कहानी इन्हीं की जुबानी.
A very good morning to you all. For me, it started in the summer of 2016 and not the summer of 69, when one idea changed my life. While working as a therapeutical counselor, doing 9 to 5 job on weekdays and socializing on weekends, suddenly there was a sense of sadness. I was not feeling good. There was no motivation in me. I didn't want to go back to my work. I thought I needed a break. So I started searching online what to do, how to take a break. And one option which came into my mind was trek. So I called my husband, who was posted in forward areas. I cribbed at him. I was like, I'm not feeling good. I guess I need to take a break and I should go on a trek. He thought for a minute and said, would you like to go on the Siachen Glacier trek conducted by the Indian Army, where you go on a 1-month trek. You just have to reach Leh, and everything will be organized by the Indian Army, from your stay, from your food, from your training, and clothing. Clothing including your beanie cap, feather jackets, sleeping bag, even the socks, which was specially designed by DRDO for extreme cold temperatures. Siachen, the highest battlefield in the world. My husband was posted there while we were dating. Idea really excited me, and I said, yes, I would love to go there. Now I had a sense of excitement, something to look forward. And the day arrived, we reached Leh, we did our acclimatization, medical checkup, and training. So this 1-month trek was actually 15 days of rigorous training and 15 days of trek. We were 42 of us, and only 20 completed the training, and 18 completed the trek. The staff who was with us, he was very strict to me throughout the course. He made me feel really bad. But when the trek ended, while we were departing, he came to me, he shook hands with me and said, Mimsa, finally Mimsa, I felt relieved. He said, मैं आपके साथ बहुत strict था पूरे ट्रैक में, because मैं चाहता था कि आप अपनी ट्रेनिंग पूरी करें और ये ट्रैक करें, क्योंकि आप naturally fit हैं माउंटेन्स के लिए, आपको breathing issues नहीं होते हैं, आपको mountaineering courses try करने चाहिए. I didn't know what mountaineering courses are, but I did took his advice and I came home. Again, my mind was not in my work. At the middle of the night, we all get thoughts when you cannot sleep. And there are thoughts and thoughts coming in your mind. I got up and I searched basic mountaineering course. And I booked myself in the basic mountaineering course in Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, Darjeeling. Excitement, I started packing my bags. But I realized that I don't have the clothing apt for -degree temperatures because their army gave me everything. So then I had a solution. My husband, though his clothes are a bit oversized, but served the purpose. So I packed everything and reached. Welcome to the world of reality. Outside is not as cozy as you think. When we reached for the course, I realized that I had to carry my own 30 kg rucksack. There was no special ration and no chocolates. And we had to eat in mess tins. But I still enjoyed it. I didn't want to go back. I completed the trek, even slept on rocks when I was tired of climbing, and it felt so cozy. I dragged myself and managed to get A grade. That means I was qualified for advanced mountaineering. This time I came back, and when I joined my work, my senior, furious to me, asked, Tracy, do you really want to do this therapeutical counseling, or are you just, joking around? Therapeutical counseling was my passion. I always wanted to be one. But now I didn't want to go back to work. This time, it was time to face reality. I knew the answers. I had to come out of denial. In the summer of 2016, someone booked a session and the case was assigned to me. But the person never showed up, which is normal. They do change their mind. I dropped the case and started working on the another. After a few days, while I was going through the news, I saw their name and the word suicide. I had chills running down my spine. I had tears in my eyes. I could have helped. Maybe I could have called after the case was assigned to me. But you just can't enter someone else's privacy outside therapy session. This time I had to forgive myself that there was nothing that I could have done. They made their choice. Now it was time to make mine, and so is life, and we have to move on. I resigned from my job. I said right now I'm not in a good mental condition to be a counselor. And what did I do next? I booked advanced mountaineering. But this time I bought my own gears because I knew mountaineering is something I'm happy and I want to do. I reached the base camp, I did my best. I was one of the best and I again completed with A grade. But I didn't enjoy it because I was so busy being competitive that I didn't even make friends. You know, when you're competitive, you just want to be the first. So now I was on a spree. I booked myself for a search and rescue. This time I enjoyed, I had fun, I made friends, and I had an on-campus placement, my very first job to be the trek leader. Okay, now the life of a trek leader. Outdoors is a very male-dominated field. The company I joined, I was the very first women trek leader there. More than participants is the staff who were shocked and were not happy. They had a cultural shock. A women leader, they were not feeling happy about it. And for an expedition to be successful, your staff is a pivotal. My staff, that means my porters, my cooks. So I had my first briefing session with them. They were mostly from Nepal and Darjeeling, they were all Gurkhas. And I had the session in Nepalese. They were shocked. She's talking in Nepalese? Suddenly there was friendly environment and they were happy and they wanted to know how I can speak Nepalese. Again, the Indian Army. My husband belongs to the Gurkha Rifles. We learn Nepalese as a gesture to our troops and families that they are part of us and we care for them. So now my staff was really excited to work with me because even the male trek leaders didn't know Nepalese, but I knew it. And I had a good time. I did really great treks and expeditions. From there, I got a chance to be liaison officer for foreign expeditions in India. Again, a very first woman. Of all the expedition I did, which is close to my heart, I did an all-women USA expedition in India to Zanskar Valley to a virgin peak. We were not able to climb. It was the November 2018. We were stuck in heavy snowfall and floods. We were even evacuated by the Indian Army and the Raptors. Thankfully, we are safe. So in mountains, I had my good days and my bad days, even near life death situations. As a mountaineer, I believe that we don't climb mountains, they let us climb. And I was kind, mountains were kind enough to me that every time that my team reached home safely, it's a blessing. So mountaineering was going fine, but now the counselor in me was getting suffocated. Fortunate enough, I was contacted by a company who works in the field of adventure therapy. They believe in taking sessions outside in outdoors rather than in closed rooms. To brush up my skills, I did diploma in experiential education and the magic happened. I joined the company as outdoor facilitator, did amazing work. Even in peak COVID times, we had interactive sessions in Zoom. We introduced outdoor leadership course for corporates and even schools. So while everything was going fine, I was at the peak of my career, the year 2022. I turned 30 and there was this inner calling to be a mother. I took a sabbatical in January and in February I was tested positive, not of COVID but pregnancy. There was a joy in me, I was so happy, I was on cloud 9, but the happiness was short-lived. and in March I had a miscarriage. But I was not sad. It's always the next time. Next time came in July. Again, I was tested positive for pregnancy. I went for my regular checkup just to find out it was an ectopic and needed to be terminated immediately. This time, I entered the dark zone, the darkness which is crippling. When all the good thoughts go out and all you are left with self-doubt and self-pity. So now I was just on bed, sulking all day. Every day I used to get up, I felt like why am I even getting up? I watched Netflix. There is so much to watch. You can sulk all day and watch Netflix. So while I was sulking, I got this mail which said, "Dear Resi Shukla, you are invited to give a TED Talk." A TED Talk. I'm in my dark zone. Right now I'm sulking. How can I do public speaking? But my husband dragged me out of my bed and said, "Sit on the laptop and write your script." But it was not just public speaking which I was scared of, not just miscarriage. I stammer. I used to stammer a lot till my 6th class to an extent कि मेरे लिए एक sentence बोलना भी मुश्किल था. But उस 6th class में I had a teacher who made me read English lessons during recess throughout the year. And after that I just got better and better. Now also when I'm excited and I speak fast, I stammer. But if I'm slow, it's undetectable. Looking back, I realized how amazing that teacher was. She helped me. And it was so important that now I realize that having good teacher is so important, who is selfless. So I remembered her and I wrote my script. And I read it every day. In the next 15 days, I was ready for my TED Talk. I gave my TED while I was bleeding of miscarriage. But this time I was not sad or in darkness. I had a sense of empowerment. That I took my very first step out of the darkness. Until now, I'm taking baby steps. We all feel that darkness some way or the other in our life, where we don't want to get up or get out of our bed. It's okay to not to be okay sometimes. But we do have to take that one step. We will fail sometimes, but it's better that we try it. So for me, I believe that it's better to take a step rather than being in a darkness, because we all need to be a place where our mind is without fear. This was a little bit about me, and thank you so much. It's me, Asmita.